Welcome back, boys. Week 10 recap coming in at you. We had one of the wackiest weekends of NFL football in a long time. I counted 8 blowouts of 17 or more points this weekend. Also, the College Football Playoff Committee still doesn't know how to do math. They do not understand that 37 minus 33 equals 4. Just throwing that out there, it's supposed to be a academic institution. They can't even do basic subtraction. Enough about that. Let's get into the games this week. First game we got up. Pams proves 6-4, getting their third Kiffin Award of the season, the first team to do so, as they take down Cleas Mafia.
We got to start with the running backs here for Canned Pam as they put up another Kiffin Award this week. Zeke getting 2 tuds as the Cowboys just absolutely steamroll the Falcons this week. Had a big day. Dalvin Cook, another 20-point game from him as the Vikings outlast the Chargers there. And, of course, Cooper Kupp. Even as the Rams just get ran over by the 49ers, Cooper Kupp still has a solid day. And Dearness Johnson, 22 points for Lemp, getting start with the Nick Chubb being out with COVID. So very solid week from Lemp. Everybody was scoring double digits for the most part, and you got to love to see that as a front office. What'd you say, third Kiffin for them this year?
Yeah, third Kiffin of the season already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely solid week from them.
Now, I got to ask you, as the Canned Pams rivals, are you concerned that you won't just be able to roll over them? Well, you haven't rolled over them, but they won't be the pushover team they've come to be if they get a playoff appearance under their belt.
No, we know what the Canned Pams are. We're fucking coming for them.
The Canned Pams is the Canned Pams? Is that what you're saying?
No, that you're putting words in my mouth there.
Okay. Just checking. All right. Meanwhile, flip side, Cleas Mafia, it was just more of the same it's been this year. Really just not a great effort. CeeDee Lamb was the only one on this team that bothered to show up. We had honorable mentions for showing up of Swift and Derek Carr with mediocre performances. Then after that, we had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 single-digit performances and an 11. That's just not going to get it done. Cleas Mafia is now mathematically bound to be playing in the toilet bowl. They're in the toilet. They're just hoping they don't get flushed. And that's pretty much all I have to say, Tyler. Your team continues to suck. Like, you got hit with the Kiffin Award, but, have some pride. All right. Second matchup. Leeroy Jenkins improves to 8-2 with a 6-game winning streak. They got the double flames now. You can't see it on here, but on mobile, they got the double flames going. 133-90 win over Francy FaZe, who lost their 6th straight. They should have the double snow emoji going, or graphic. But, yeah, Nick, tell us how Leeroy Jenkins was able to do this one.
All right, we got to start with the wide receivers here. Wide receivers were big for Leeroy Jenkins this week. Justin Jefferson, 23.9 points as he almost puts up a $150 on the Chargers. And Stephon Diggs having a Stephon Diggs-like day. 8 receptions, 160 yards, and a tud. His receivers combined for 55 points. You'd love to see that. Also got to shout out Najee Harris in this one as he ran for over 100 yards against the Leons. And then everybody else did pretty well for Adam this week. Tom Brady wasn't pristine Tom Brady. But, when you have a week where Tom Brady's not incredible, which don't happen very often, and you come out with a dub, you got to love to see that. Well, we also got Aaron Jones did get hurt in the Packers game. He'll be out for around 1 to 2 weeks, they're saying. We're hoping that he can get back on the field quick. At least before this playoff run here the Packers are about to make.
I know you sure hope so.
We have a bias there. Yeah.
So, funny thing is, I was making the bullet points for this game, and I realized I could pretty much just copy paste the points from Tyler's game in for Francy here. Literally, no one showed up at all. They didn't even have the one CD Lamp. Literally, no one showed up. They had honorable mentions showing up, and Jalen Hurts and Mike Evans. But then after that, guess what? They had not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 single-digit performances and an 11. They are toilet bowl bound-ish. They have like one more game worth of wiggle room to drop before they're in the toilet bowl. But on a 6-game losing streak, it is not looking good for them. And Matt, your team has fallen apart. Injuries have torn this team apart, and they have been unable to replace them. They finally made their first free agent moves of the year, getting Sonny Michel and one other running back. I don't know who. Doesn't really matter. So I don't know, Matt. You got some figuring out to do there. Third game up. Texas has 10-4s, taking home a proud swiper award. Yes, that's right, a proud swiper award. Because when we're on the title run, we will take wins any way we can get them. This is our second of the year, but we don't even care because there's still a lot of positives to take out of this one. First off, our running back powerhouse is back. Christian McCaffrey back to doing his thing. Nice 25. James Robinson with a nice 18. It was looking like he wasn't going to do much on the day, but he pulled through late. And then Kelsey and the Chiefs look back in form for at least the hour. I won't say they're fully back yet. They're going to need to prove it a little more. It was very nice to see. We had a couple single-digit performances sprinkled out, so some dudes are going to be running this week of practice. But we're happy to get the win. And Stafford, at first look, you might think, oh, 12's pretty bad, but that's okay because he held out his own defense on Monday Night Football for us, and we were able to secure the win. So he did his job, even though he only got 12.
Oh, man. All right, Noah. So you make one of your first ever, I think this might be his first ever waiver wire pickup, like he's made a couple. But you go out and sign a starting running back, finally, Jordan Howard, and you don't even play him over Dalvin Cook's backup. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You like that almost ended up costing you here. But you know what? Noah's known for his wide receivers here. They really couldn't get it done as they had 2 single digits between Cooper and Metcalf. But Mark Andrews had a pretty good day. What was it? Michael Carter and Dak all had solid days, but like too many big guys not performing for him this week as they lose out on this one of the 10-4s.
All right, that brings us to our fourth matchup of the week. We had the Philly Cheekles coming all the way back, getting a nice dub over the GOAT KD, 144-134. Let's see how this one went down. A little bit of a rough day for Herbert. It was really a rough day for quarterbacks in general across the league. Guess that's what happens when it's, a big swirling snowstorm over the whole country for the whole week. But Blake's running backs really came through here. He had a big day out of Jonathan Taylor and Damian Williams getting a nice 28. Also, I had to give a shout out to the Colts D getting a nice 23. They did suffer a few single-digit performances in here, most notably A.J. Green only getting 0.9 on one reception. Not great. However, he came into Monday Night Football needing 32 points between Deebo Samuel and Tyler Higbee. And the hero of the hour, Deebo Samuel, said, I'll do it all myself, putting up 32 points. And the Philly Cheekles get a nice 10-point win. This team is now in the playoff hunt coming down the stretch. This is unfamiliar territory for this team. We'll see how they do in it.
This has to be a tough loss for team number 7 here. When you beat 7 out of 9 teams scoring in the league and you still end up losing on the week, those ones are always just tough because your team put up a pretty solid week. Mark Ingram filled in really nicely for Kamara this week. Hopefully Kamara can get back healthy here soon. But Coop's receivers both played well here. Tyreek getting 26.5 points as he scored 2 touchdowns in the Sunday Night Football game. And Keenan Allen had a big day, getting almost 100 yards receiving here. And Coop's defense continues to shine here. The Buffalo Bills, 25.8 points, 4 picks on the New York Jets as they continue to roll as the #1 fantasy defense. But even with all those weeks, all those good things this week, he just couldn't get over the 140 mark. And unfortunately, that was just not going to cut it against the Philly Cheekles this week. And so this is a tough one. This is a tough one for Coop.
This is a tough one. Coop has 3 Lions awards now on the year. That would be a 7-3 record. That would be tied for first in the division with me currently, assuming unless one of those is against me, then he's winning the division. Even 2 of those would put him at 6-4, right in the wild card race. So that's heartbreaking when you look back at the season and think, oh, so close so many times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are now moving on. 5th and final game of the week. The Cleveland Steamers took care of business. They continue their push for the playoffs, improving to 6-4, defeating FaZe Kev, who suffers their 9th loss of the year, falling to 1-9. Score of 129 to 1. 129 to 94.
Dude, we had a bunch of shit go on between, what was it, Friday and Sunday morning. So Chubb gets officially ruled out with COVID. We lose Big Chubster this week. We already don't have Mixon on a bye, so we're down our 2 huge running backs who carried us last week. Then on Saturday, I'm working, and I see the little ESPN, little bottom ticker, says breaking news. Robert Woods has torn his ACL. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Down goes Bobby Trees, dude. Heartbeat of the Cleveland Steamers, our most consistent receiver. So now we're down Bobby Trees too. And then I'm working the Sunday late night game, and the little ticker goes, breaking news. Ben Roethlisberger has COVID. So now my smash wide receiver 1 playing against the Lions is now getting the ball thrown to him by fucking Mason Rudolph. I'm like, oh shit, dude. There goes that great play. But dude, we got to shout out the running backs. The running backs filled in nicely for us, salvaging their day with 15 points each. The receivers each got double digits and salvaged their day in a way. Kev was like, Dawson Knox, you're not getting the ball. He told Josh Allen that before the game. Even though it was his fucking birthday, that's pretty fucked up, Kev. But anyway, he held him in check. But big hero of the day, Patty Mahomes. 40-point bomb on Sunday Night Football. Saved us this week. Back to doing Mahomes-like things. Love to see it.
Yeah, so Kevin really had a rough one here. He did get Josh Allen to not throw to Dawson Knox, but that would not quite be enough. Couldn't quite copy and paste it to this one like I could the other 2, but we are definitely noticing a pattern with the toilet bowl teams. So Josh Allen kind of showed up, 25 points, but just some real players missing. No one else got over 15. Hawk with a fat 0 on 1 target.
The Lions did not throw the ball at all in that game.
Yeah. They there's a lot of questionable decisions made by the Lions in that game, I think.
Oh yeah.
Also, his kicker, McLaughlin, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He only got 1 point as his team got routed by the Patriots 45-7. Glad you made the 1 extra point. Really helped the team today. This team's toilet bowl bound. They've been toilet bowl bound. They're just hoping to stay out of the lake. We'll have to see. It's theirs to defend in a way.
Oh, man.
And that brings us to our Week 11 preview. But we're going to do things a little backwards this week. We're going to go over the standings first. And you'll see why in a second. And we're also going to start from the bottom and work our way to the top because it just fits better. You'll see. So at the bottom, we got Cleas Mafia, FaZe Kev, two worst teams in the league. They're both mathematically going to be in the toilet bowl. It's just like they just don't have enough games to catch up. We only have 3 games to go, people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just out. Francy Feast and the GOAT KD are pretty much 1 game out. They're 2 games out from the consolation with 3 to go. So they don't really have much, if any, room for error. And they probably need some bounce to go their way. Then we have Cleveland Steamers, DeezeNuts, Philly Cheekles, and Pams. That's 4 teams all tied for the consolation and 2 wildcard spots. And they're all playing each other this week. We got DeezeNuts versus Pams and the Philly Cheekles versus the Cleveland Steamers. Then sitting atop both divisions, we got Leeroy Jenkins sitting in outright first place at 8-2, and then Texas Size 10-4 is leading the East at 7-3. Texas Size 10-4s take on the GOAT KD this week. And then we got Leeroy Jenkins taking on FaZe Kev. You got to imagine that'll extend the streak to 7 unless Kev pulls out a miracle somehow. And then we got Francy Feast taking on Cleas Mafia in what might be a toilet bowl preview. And that pretty much covers anything. Nick, you got any final thoughts before you get off?
And dude, we got a lot of big games this week, especially for 6 and 4 teams. But
it's gonna make your situation a lot easier if you win this one.
Oh no, dude, we've been in playoff mode. Basically, we need to win every single game from here on out, or we're eliminated for 2 weeks now. So we'll be ready.
Glad to hear. Hope everyone else is equally as ready. And yeah, have a good week, boys. See you later.
Oh yeah.